Hey everyone, welcome to UVSI Day 2. My name is Francisco Toro with Auterion. I'm a Senior Solution Engineer and I'm here with Wiley with Gresco. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Gresco?
Well, thanks for having us as part of this. We appreciate it. Gresco is Gresco Technology Solutions. We are an agnostic, value-added reseller, and what we really focus on is providing the best, complete solutions for, whether it's something that's for utility, industrial, transportation, public safety, all those use cases. And that's what we really focus on is how can this technology, keep folks safer, be more effective and be more productive in the work that they do. And for us, getting to go to work every day and finding out how to engineer these solutions together and bring different, parts and pieces to the forefront for our customers is actually one of the best jobs ever. It's a really exciting. Whenever you can put technology out in front, especially when you look at public safety and some of the other first responders that you don't typically think about, like utility workers, those linemen out there. They're really out there, and if you can put technology in front of them in dangerous situations that they don't necessarily need to be in, whether it's an inspection or perhaps it's getting an assessment after a storm, and for public safety, if it's a violent offender that's out there, you're trying to get situational awareness, anything you can do to help promote them going home safely to their families at the end of every shift, that's really where you want to be. And so for us to be able to do that work, myself as a 22-year public servant coming from law enforcement, I wasn't sure, retirement years, what that was going to look like for me, but I had that same fulfillment in the work that I did. But this is giving me that opportunity to see that same, moral contents of the work that I do and really feel good about it. But for us at Gresco, Gresco Utility Supply is our greater Gresco. That's a big company. We represent only about 1% of it as a brand, and we're really fortunate because all of those utility workers that we are, providing supplies for over 61 years, our co-ops, our owners, and customers throughout the Southeast in 7 different locations, has been an amazing opportunity here with UAS to be able to say, what can we do and what can we provide that's going to make those jobs easier, again, more effective, and keeping communities connected. So our CEO, Steve Gramling, thought, what a great idea to really invest in this technology early and really understand it. So that's where we're at as a company and some of the services we're providing.
Awesome. And how would you say you're helping the utility industry? How is Gresco helping that segment?
Yeah, so not only are we supplying all those parts and pieces to really build those infrastructures out, but you want to maintain those. You want to make sure that they're continuing to function. And again, for communities to stay connected and energized, that it's critical, and it's something that when you can have proactive inspection work being done. So at Gresco Technology Solutions, we've developed out what's called the Inspector Series. We look at, are you doing right-of-way inspections? Are you looking at assets? Are you looking at vegetation health? Whatever those different use case scenarios are for the inspection work that you're doing, we're looking to build those, unmanned, vehicle solutions, those robotic solutions, those drone solutions for them so that they can, again, use those as tools like anything else. So they have a bucket truck that they're going out and doing their utility work, again, maintaining those lines, doing the inspection work. And it's like, if we can help, again, make that easier. I remember driving down I-75 the other day. I was coming from Detroit. I live up in Metro Detroit, down to our headquarters in Forsyth, Georgia. You had a big lineup all the way down the road off 75, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, so I got closer, and I saw one of those big snooper trucks over the side of a bridge doing an inspection, and there was a lane and a half taken up. There was 3 work crews, and then they also had a boat on a trailer, and I'm like, man, you could eliminate most of all of this, and those are really dangerous. Those snooper trucks going over, those bridges. Yeah. It's like just that infrastructure there, from a transportation standpoint, you could eliminate so much of that just by using some UAS technology. So when you look at, again, keeping people safer, keeping the roadways open, keeping communities connected, to me, like this technology is amazing for that. But like everything else, you have to be able to show what the deliverable is, what that end product is, because as a utility company and as a public safety department, it's a cost-benefit analysis.
Right.
Is it going to make sense for us? So, yeah, so that's the exciting part of it.
Yeah, I feel like, well, did you happen to stop by and give them your...
I wanted to, and my wife, because my wife was on that trip with me, and she's like, yeah, we're not stopping, but I was so passionate about it. Like, just look, like we could, this could be so much better, safer and whatever. And she's like, yeah, but we're not stopping today. So, and I joke with my boss all the time. I say, you hired a police officer, right, for the sales director position over here. And I'm like, not really a salesperson in that way, but you take a look at this technology and you demonstrate it, it sells itself. Like it's not something that you really have to, bring people too far along with. So when they actually get to see it, it just all kind of comes together and makes a lot of sense.
I know what you mean. Sometimes when I see that too, I'm like, should I tell? Nah, I
can't do that. But you definitely want to, because if there's a better way to do this, it's cheaper, it's more efficient, and it's safer. That's a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I think for a lot of people, you don't want to replace, right? Like you don't want to replace this tried and true work that's been done for so many years, because it's so critical and they've really perfected it. All you want to do is add an additional option to them, like another tool on the belt. And that's how I look at these drones. It's no different than a power tool that they go get for another job.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how you use it. So
exactly. Yeah. So I kind of got a chance to show you around the booth. So just curious to know your thoughts on what was your the most exciting thing that you've seen at our booth.
So the most exciting thing for us, and especially being an agnostic dealer, I think that's really important. And some people they're a little confused on. They're like, well, but what about this drone maker? What about that manufacturer? Like, why wouldn't you just go all in with just one? And it's like, there are so many different use cases for this technology that if you really just did one, it's, are you really serving your customers best? And so I've even talked to a lot of our manufacturers and say, it's actually a really good thing that we have such a variety of options, because again, there's so many different uses for those, and you want to make sure that the customer gets the best for what it is that they're looking to, use it for. And so I feel like we get to be, that's the fun part. The challenging part is getting to know all of the different technology and trying to remember, okay, this goes with that. But again, when you sort of build out your business off of, for us, like we have the Defender series, here are, use cases, that's what we start with. And then we say, here are the suggested solutions, whether it's the peripherals, it's, the unmanned vehicle, if it's software, if it's services. And that's the other really cool part about what we can provide them is you go out there, this is a solution that we recommend for this use case. Also, we can service it for you. We can serve as a warranty coordination for you. It's the after sales experience that really helps, energize. And I see here at Aterion, you guys are looking at things in a different way than really has been looked at before, in terms of having this open ecosystem and network, and it just a whole realm of possibilities where it's not all just one way. And when you do that, it's inclusive. Like it opens up opportunities for people to be able to be in that ecosystem and conduct a variety of uses with their equipment. So I'm really excited about that. That's what's really the most appealing to me. We're trying to empower our customers. We're trying to empower people to use this technology. And you guys here at Aterion are really, in my mind, really opening that up in that empowerment level, and giving that, putting it in the hands of those that are going to be using it.
Yeah, awesome. And I'm curious to think, or to hear your thoughts about, what do you think, or how do you think people will build their fleet in the future with this kind of open source technology, the different OEMs and the different payloads?
Yeah, so it's evolving, right? And I know the drone industry, I think it's fair to say, like, we're not in our infancy anymore, right? Like, I would say that maybe in the toddler years, or maybe even a little bit further along, but there's so much movement in that you see happening all the time with, a new manufacturer coming out or new product development that's coming into play. But at the end of the day, like, I really think that, at least from the feedback we're getting from our customers, is what is the next mature state of our technology going to look like? And you look at the cell phones, like when cell phones first came out, and I'm going to date myself here, right? But like, you had the bag phone for the car. And then I remember the first like flip phone that I got was that Motorola StarTAC that you could open, and then from there, it was just like the texting phones and everything else. And then the smartphones come out, and then you really saw some leveling off, right? You got to see a more mature product, and it wasn't a whole bunch of things all just coming out at once. So I think that we're starting to see a bit more of that maturity happen with this industry, which is great, right? Because it's a little more predictable. But when you're looking to make the type of investment into the training and into the equipment and into an overall program, you want to know that it's going to be an investment that is going to last a little bit longer than a nanosecond, right? Like, you want to know that, whatever you're purchasing today is not obsolete in like 2 months, or, that next thing that comes out. And I know that's tough for us sometimes, because I'm always like, do I buy that new, like computer right now, that new laptop or that new phone? Because 2 weeks later, it's always my luck. it came out with a better camera, a faster processor,
Right.
or something like. And you're like, man, I just made that investment for. Now I got to wait until this is over until the next comes out. But yeah, so I would say that they're really looking at an adaptability, and they're looking at something that's gonna kind of be around for a while, and frankly something that is going to be more plug and play, and that's more automated. And it certainly appears, based on what you've shown me, that you've got a lot of those capabilities, and that are just all coming down the pike, and being developed. And so the whole idea of it being real open, I think, is pretty awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just a final question. What are your thoughts so far about AUVSI?
So first timer, like I'm, and
First time.
I,
Okay.
I won't lie to you, like there's probably a little bit of like adult ADD going on, because as soon as I walk in here,
Mhm.
I am like with colleagues and stuff, and they're like, I don't even know where Wiley went now, because he's like going this direction, and I'm going, I am inundated with so much of this cool technology, and I'm just thinking in my mind, like, gosh, how would this best serve our customers? Where can we plug this into? And I mean, there is such tremendous, the people here, such super smart people, and just really innovative products and services and things. And so for me, I'm absolutely having a blast. I'm just trying to immerse myself in it and just learn. Really, I'm here to learn and develop relationships, and it's been pretty incredible. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you and with the rest of the Alterian team, and some of our other manufacturers that we represent. And so it's great to catch up with everybody, see some of our customers as well, and finding out what their needs are. And it's been great. So yeah, looking forward to continue on with that, and look forward to being back again next time.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, appreciate
for
it.
being here. Yeah,